stimulate that could be applied in all our situations. And so kind of from the 30,000 foot level, the questions are inherently, questions maybe just focus on, open spaces. Questions lead to learning and depth. In our culture, there's this kind of emphasis on bottom line and answers. And in contrast, it's when you are open to questions that leads to discovery. And if I have an answer, your mind can be kind of closed. So being in a space, and even historically, the Einsteins and John Archibald Wheelers, always their methodology was, what's the question, not the answer. Always, what's the question? What's the single question that can propel this forward? So, we kind of heard that throughout, especially Jake, as they kind of went through that process. They had the experts, but then realized, well, that's not it. And so it seemed like questions were propelling them forward, and good questions took them down the road. And there was this theme that we heard from, especially from the last two, how do I balance meaning and purpose with the old practical, it's time to do the laundry, or time to pay the mortgage. So there was a real strong fidelity to what's meaningful to me, and what am I going to do with my life, and what am I going to be focused on. But there's attendant to that was this, gee, how is this going to work? But it would seem like what we talked about, what made it work was the commitment that was made. And so that balance of being in that kind of, how is this going to work, but knowing what has meaning is going to give you the answers. And so there's that kind of, that's a courageous place that you have to occupy. You have to probably keep reminding yourself of. So, and Deanna was going to speak to the kind of specific questions.
The little drawing is like a railroad, so you're kind of moving forward towards uncertainty, and it's the questions that are driving you forward. And so some of the specific ones that we heard, who defines what the work will be? How can we do the work together? How do we manifest our values while we're doing the work? What are you holding deeply, and where do you want to go with it? And then how do I move beyond the practices and actually live in the work? And how do I sit in the space where I don't know what's next?